So we were talking about the editions, and then we talked about licenses. So editions and licenses are two different things. That is the first one that I want to tell you, that edition is different from license. Okay, edition is meant for the organization, and license is meant for an individual. Okay, and then you have different types of licenses also. So it's not that for a particular type of edition you will always have to take the same license. There are different types of licenses, right? For an example, there are there are a number of licenses which are there, but I will just give you a very simple example. You remember I told you yesterday that Salesforce comes up with a few pre-installed apps or pre-built apps which have been designed by Salesforce, and then there is this Force.com platform on which you can develop your own app, or you create your own app, right? Now Salesforce gives you a choice. In case you want to use this app, then you have to pay a certain amount. If you want to use this app, then you have to pay a certain amount. For example, we talked about an edition which is called Enterprise Edition. Enterprise Edition yesterday we were talking about. So if you want to use the Salesforce pre-built apps for Enterprise Edition, you will have to pay per user $125 per month per user. Okay, so this is what you will have to pay for Enterprise Edition if you want to use the Salesforce standard apps. However, if you say that I have a few users and those users will not use any of the standard apps, they will only use the apps that have been built on Force.com. Okay, let's say out of a team of 100, you say that 20 people will only use the custom apps that we have designed in-house. They will not use Salesforce designed apps. So logic says that the pricing should be different there, and it should be lesser than this pricing, because we are just using their platform and the server space. We are not using their application. So there the pricing will be different. So for that, it is called the Force.com apps. They just need to access Force.com app, and for that they will need to pay $25 per user per month. Right? So it's the same Enterprise Edition, but the licenses are different. So this is a full CRM license, and this is just a platform license, which gives you access to use the platform apps, the ones that you have developed. Correct? So this way, there are multiple licenses. So once you decide on the edition and you decide on the license, now the question can be that, okay, fine, is this platform license available on all the editions? No, this is not available in Contact Manager because there is no concept of customization. This is not available in Group Edition, and this is not also available in Personal Edition. So Personal, Group and Contact you cannot do much, but yeah, Professional, Enterprise and Unlimited Edition, we have that option of taking or choosing different licenses for different users. Got the concept? Now once you have decided to go for a particular edition and go for a particular license, then what is the next thing that you'll have to do? I just want you to understand the process. So once you've decided on this, you just have to tell Salesforce, let's say you are a company and you have taken you have decided to go for Salesforce, right? You say that, okay, fine, I have 100 users and I want Enterprise Edition. And then you also decide on for 100 users, for all of them you need the full license, or you need the platform license for some of them. You decide on that. Let's say you say that for 80 you need full license. Full license, when I say, I mean the full CRM license, including the standard apps. And for 20 of them you just need the platform license. So what Salesforce will do, it will generate an invoice for you for these 100 users, it is generally an agreement of 1 year that you sign with Salesforce. So they will charge you for 1 year, though the pricing is mentioned per month, but they will charge you for 1 year at a time. Okay. So they will bill, create an invoice for you for these 100 users for 1 year, and they will give you the invoice. Okay. The moment you make the payment, they will create one license for you. Okay, and make one license, one initial license or one user they will create. The way you created it yesterday, that is the first user. And by default, this is the system administrator. So let's say, we are a team, and we have approached Salesforce, and they first of all they created a license for Santosh. So they will just create one license and give it to us. So it depends on us. We will tell them that, okay, fine, create it with this username, password and email ID. They will create with that particular thing and give it to us. So let's say Santosh is the one for whom the license got created first of all. So the first license or the first user by default is system administrator. Okay. Now the system administrator will have the access of going and creating more licenses and users and all. At a later point of time, it's not necessary that this person has to be system administrator throughout. Once he creates more users, he can make someone else as the system administrator, and from there the other person can take control. Fine. I just want you to understand the process. So this is how it works. So yesterday we have done the same thing. The only difference is that we have not paid money to Salesforce and we ourselves created it. So okay. Did I ask you to share your developer edition login ID password with me? I want one of you to share your developer edition login ID password with me. Whatever we do in the sessions, I will be doing in that particular person's login ID and password, and every day I will be using the same account. Any one of you who does not have a very confident about the security aspect in our last session? I think someone asked this question. So do you see, every time you try to log in on a new computer now, I was using Santosh's credentials to log in into my computer. Every time you try to log in on a new computer, it asks you for a security verification code and all. Okay. So, Santosh, is this something that you created yesterday, this login, or how is it? Was it created a week back?
I created like a week ago, not yesterday.
Yesterday you did not create a login ID password?
Yesterday you did not create a login ID password? No, I already created like a week ago. I was trying to do something on this.
Very nice. But did you notice? Can you please put your microphone on mute? Yeah. So did you notice that this is just a 21-day remaining trial thing, and this is not even a developer edition? Which edition is this? Professional edition. So this is something which is not required. Got that? So please create a developer edition. So yesterday whatever I was discussing, go back to that sessions video, see the steps and create a developer edition. We are not going to do anything on this trial version because it will expire in 21 days, and professional edition does not have a lot of features which will be required in our training. Fine. Okay. So anyone else who can share the login ID password quickly? Or else give me 1 minute. So this is the edition that you created in your last session. right? This is what we have created. Now, once we have done this thing, the first user is created. So whatever is your name appears here and you are the first user. So when you purchase an actual license from Salesforce, that is that is where they create a first user for you and they give it to you. The first user by default is made as the system administrator, which means that user will have all the rights. System administrator usually can do everything on Salesforce. Whatever is possible, system administrator can do it till we do not go and restrict him. Right? So by default, system administrator can almost do everything. Now what happens is the system administrator login is created. Now for creating more users, you just have to go to setup, manage users. Let's say you want to create multiple users and all. You just need to go to manage users, click on users, and you have that option of the list. You have the list of other users who are already there. So as of now, there is only one user. This is a chatter expert, which is not a valid user actually. So only one user you will get to see, that is you yourself. Then you have the option of creating more users. How many more users can you create? That depends on how many licenses you have purchased. For developer edition, I told you yesterday, you can create 2, right? So you have the option of creating one more user with the full CRM license. Got that? Clear? Okay. So that is it. So from here you go and create the user. Okay. Now once you have created the user, there are a few things that we will get into. We will just talk about the basic setup.